Point of order, sir.
Yes, point of order, Mr. Peterborough.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I entirely follow the logic of your argument.
Someone does.
But what weight did you give to the point that when we were debating on Saturday, nobody knew whether the Prime Minister was going to send a letter or not? And since that has happened, whilst you are quite correct, sir, to say that the motion is the same, an event outside has dramatically changed it. And given that the motion on Saturday is very clear that final approval can't be done until the deal has gone through in legislation, would it not be, as you've always said, to let the House decide on this matter, notwithstanding the fact that the previous motion is clear what actually is going to happen? It would give the country the opportunity to know whether this House approves or disapproves of the Prime Minister's deal.
I'm really grateful to the honourable gentleman for his point of order. My response is as follows. I did not consider, in reaching a judgment on this matter, whether a letter would be sent. The letter was sent on Saturday evening. More widely, however, the question of whether it would be a material consideration for the Chair whether a Minister of the Crown would obey the law, the honest answer to the honourable gentleman is that that consideration had not entered my mind as pertinent to my reflection on the matter. I note the wider point that the honourable gentleman makes, and I respect the fact that it is a point of view. And I intend no discourtesy to the honourable gentleman when I say that I think I have made the argument for and explained the rationale behind the judgment that I have made. I'm not seeking to rubbish the honourable gentleman. I'm simply making... No, I'm not seeking to rubbish the honourable gentleman. I'm simply making the point that, having reflected on all of the considerations and the interests of the House, I have reached the conclusion I have reached. And it is important that colleagues hear all parts of it. And the honourable gentleman didn't like part of it, as is politely explained in his point of order, but he will also have heard me say what is open to the government to do. And the government can introduce its bill, and the government can propose a programme motion for it, and the government can proceed with the support of the House between now and the end of the month, as collectively Parliament prescribes. And that seems to me to be entirely proper.